Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Glenn Tan speaking. This time, I'm going to talk about the GK series rooftop unit. So you can find that this is the appearance runs. This presentation divided into these 4 parts. Product line gap. In this presentation, I will introduce the rooftop unit for Middle East and Latin American. So please pay attention to the titles and also the models. It will be different just a little bit, but you need to pay attention to this part. First of all, what is GK series rooftop unit? You can find that it is a side air return and also side air supply. And in this project, you can find that this is the rooftop, just like its name, rooftop. We can install this one at the rooftop or at the ground if it is available. So it intake the air from this air ducting and also supply the air to the air ducting. So you can make this air ducting to LV rooms to offer the cooling or heating. And for this GK series, it is all DC inverter, means the compressor and also the fans, they are all DC. So for this one, there's no need cooling tower or the boiler for heating. It's very easy. You can just consider it as a big type, window type air conditioner. And also it is compact design to save the space. So with this one, it's very convenient or very popular for the shopping mall, just like this, and also in hotel or the apartments. And for the comparison between the GK and also the WK series is this one. And generally, you can find that for the GK series, the capacity is not that large. Max, we can only go to 30 refrigerant ton. This is the product lineup for Middle East. And here is the models. And from this one, you can find that this 5.5 is here. That means the cooling capacity in T1 condition. It is refrigerant ton. Or you can change it to, for this case, it is 22 kilowatt. And also this NA means the inside refrigerant is R14A. And this X means the power supply. It is 3 phases. And as for the T3 capacity and the heating capacity, also the sound pressure level, the air volume, and also the ESP and the footprint, I write it here just for your reference. This is the second page for the Middle East product line gap. And from here, you can find that if we increase the capacity, the power supply is changed to this M, means it is this one. And also for the capacity, the max is 30, means 30 refrigerant ton or 100 kilowatt. And also this C here means it is cooling only, means that inside there is no four-way valve to change the direction. To heating up or for heating is only by the e-heater. This one is optional. And also for inside this one, there are actually 4 compressors. It's from Hitachi Scroll. And also we make the compressor from the Japanese company, either the Mitsubishi or Hitachi. Here is the product lineup for Latin America. It is 3 phases, 400 volt. And also from this model, you can find that this 5.5 means the refrigerant ton, or you can change it to the cooling capacity to be 22 kilowatt. And this Na means the inside is R14A, and this X means this power supply. And also I have put the other information, including the heating capacity and also the performance and also the noise, the air volume, and the ESP, weight, and the footprint, and also the compressor information. And I put it here just for your reference. This is the second page. Also, you can find that the max is only up to 30 refrigerant ton, which is about 105 kilowatt for cooling capacity. And for Latin American, for this 3-phase is 400 volt. This one, we support this to be heat pump, which means you can select cooling only or heat pump for refrigerant ton 30. And also the compressor is either from Hitachi or from Mitsubishi. For the Latin American 230 volt, here is the product line gap and also the same. This is the model. This O3 means the refrigerant ton is this one. And this 3 means the inside refrigerant is R14A, and the last alphabet, it is the power supply, S for single phases. This one is actually a little bit old. And also, if we change it to bit F, that means it is the 3 phases. And for this one, the smallest capacity, the compressor is from Gree. For the others, is from the Japanese company, Mitsubishi. This is the second page. So you can find that for 230 volt, max is only up to 20 refrigerant ton. That means it is only 18 refrigerant ton for cooling capacity. We will go to the operating range. For different series, it is a little bit different. In general, they are similar. So for Middle East and Latin American, 3 phases 400 volt for these two series. First is for the outdoor ambient temperature. For cooling is from 18 to 52 degree. And for heating is from -10 to 24 degree. As for the power supply, for for 3 phases is ±10%, which is inside this range. As for the Latin American 230 volt for this series, first is the outdoor ambient temperature. For cooling is 18 to 48 degree, and for heating -10 to 24 degree. Similar, right? And for the power supply, for this series, we have two, which is the single phases and the 3 phases. And here is the range, just for your reference. This slide displays the comparison between the new and old model. So what we knew it is that from the weight, and you can find that orange color is the old model, the blue color is the new model. Generally, the new model is lighter. Just set the capacity, which is this one. We just focus to higher the performance. So for this one, it is a little bit higher. And for the noise, the new model on this graph, you can find that it's smaller. And also the inside version we change to the R14A. The old one is R22. And also the compressor we change to inverter. The old one is on-off fixed speed. Second part, installation. Easy to install. That means first is from the installation location. Just like its name, rooftop, you can install the rooftop unit at the rooftop, and also you can select the flag ground to install this one. After that, it's just connect the air ducting to the rooftop unit. It's okay. As for the transportation, and this is the uh, rooftop unit. You can find that we offer you this structure. It is easier for you to use the full list to do the transportation. As for the bigger size, and we have this structure. With this one, you can use a crane to transport this rooftop unit. It's very convenient, right? For the condensing drainage, just consider the ESP setting, and we recommend to set the backwater track just like this one. And here the A and B is according to the ESP setting. And the purpose of it is just to prevent the air to insert from outside and to prevent the bugs getting inside. And here is the example. If there is no backwater elbow, just like this, then it will intake the air from the outside to the inside. If there is smelling, and then you can also introduce this smelling to damage or to lower the quality of the air. This is the rooftop unit. When you install on site, you need to ensure the clear runs. Before that, I'd like to introduce how the ventilation system. And from here, you can find that the air for the inside we turn from here, and here is the air supply. And this for the indoor part is for the outdoor intakes here, and then it will discharge from here. So to ensure the clear rear runs is to ensure the performance. And on the other hand, also when there is something wrong or you need to change the components inside, for example, to change the compressor, you need the space. That means ensure the clear runs to ensure the maintenance space. As for the detail, and we already listed or state the clear runs distance on the owner's manual. So after you install this one, please ensure this minimum clear runs. It can be clear. And you can also find that this is from every direction to the rooftop unit. For the 30-ton model, and beside, you can select the air return and air outlet. At the front, we can also offer the other in air return, which is from this one. So in conclusion, you have two options for the air return. One is at the front and the other is at the side. This is only for 30-ton model. For the optional e-heater for cooling only 30-ton, it is two-stage, 18 plus 18 kilowatt. So you can, according to your demand, to turn on one or two sets of the e-heater. And which is this one, we need to place this at this area, and also to turn on and turn off by the relay. And there is a special power cable for this e-heater. That means no need to enlarge the original power cable. And also for this one, it is released to about 40 part ESP loss. As for the evaporator fan motor, here is the pictures just for your reference. And inside that, you can find that there is a bell. That means you need to adjust the tightness. And our requirement is for the new bell, you need to adjust at least twice within 24 hours. And after 1 week, adjust every 1 to 2 months. Adjust the tightness, which is to ensure this motor can transmit the power or transmit the force to the fans. And here is the value just for your reference. Actually, this one we already stated in the owner's manual. You need to refer to that to make a double check. This picture displays the electrical box, and here it is the power supply, and this you need to connect to the wire controller. And beside that, actually this two is the filter board. After that, you connect to the compressor drive board, and this is the indoor unit PCB and also the outdoor unit PCB. Maybe you already know that actually for the GK series rooftop unit, it is another kind of the U-match. And this table is for the Middle East for the electrical wiring. For the power supply, and also you need to ensure the cable, the size, it should be within this range. As for the Latin American 3 phases 400 volt this series, and this is the table, the requirement for the power supply cable. This is for the Latin American 230 volt series. This table also requires the power cable size. The third part is the product features. First is the compressor. Just like what I have said, for the new model, we change to the inverter DC, and this is the comparison between the regular on-off and the inverter type of the compressor, how it reflect on the temperature control. You can find that the blue one is the inverter and the orange one is the on-off. We will achieve this delta T. It is much more smaller. And also, this rooftop is also only all series adopt inverter rooftop in the industry. Ventilation system. First is for the fans. And for the fan brake, we adopt the CFD simulation to ensure its high efficiency, which is the special tri-edge design. For this one, we ensure the fan brake efficiency. In short, we can increase the air volume with the same RPM. As for the motors, we change to the DC, just compare with the AC motor. The efficiency is much higher. And here is the protection grade, just for your reference. For the outdoor, it is IP24 and installation class E. And the indoor, it is IP55. For the bell, it is AC. For the 15 ton or above. And for the DC inverter, it is IP23, directly conductive. And both the outdoor and indoor fan motor, it is dustproof and waterproof, which means it can work in the production environment. For the metering device, we adopt the EXV, short for electronic expansion valve. And this table, I just compare from the adjust range, adjust speed, adjust accuracy, and system protective method with the capillary and the thermostat expansion valve. You can find that this EXV is much better. And also for this one, we can precisely control the refrigerant flow amount or flow rate, and especially in low condition, we can higher the efficiency. And how to achieve it is we can dynamic control the superheat degree of the evaporator, which can improve the system efficiency. Anti-corruption issues. First is for the fins. Actually, in our grid design system, we divided the anti-corruption on the fin by colors, and we have 3 levels. First is the blue. Next is we go to the golden, and the last is the black. And here is the inside, which is inside the fin. There are 3 layers, and according to different color, which is different level of the anti-corruption, the thickness is different. And just due to the thickness is different, uh, the anti-corruption also different. The standard is this golden. It can last 1,500 short plastic text. If it can be customized for the black color, which is this one, with this we can plus another 200 hour AC short spray text, which can ensure the whole system or the condenser, the anti-corruption level. As for the casing and the place, we also apply the special anti-corruption uh, painting on it, and also ensure the minimum thickness to beat this value. Next is the dry ball radiator, and for this one, as we adopt the dry ball to dry the compressor, which on side it will uh, generate lots of the heat, especially at the IPM. And for this one, we adopt the refrigerant to cool it down, which is this. This is the compressor dry ball, and this is the IPM module. So we need to make this one to good contact with this heat sink, and also apply the silicone grease to make it to be good contact. And also at this heat sink, actually it is a aluminum block. Inside it, we just make the refrigerant to get through, and this can cool it down. And with this one, we just compare with the traditional air cool. It can be 17 to 220 degree lower. And also for the electrical box, it's just this one. It is dust proof, which can prove the dust getting inside to leads to the damage. Anti-wind design of outdoor fan motor. That means when we start up the system, the outdoor fan start up. At that time, if we detect it, or in some cases we find that the fan is already reverse rotate, and then if we start up for the old model, it is easier to trigger the desynchronize of the fan motor. That means we detected the fan rotate, it is not the same as the order, so we will trigger this error. And for our latest model, for this one, we already have the solutions for that to ensure even in this situation, we can start up smoothly. Emergency operation mode. This is only for 50 ton or above. That means inside the rooftop unit, there are at least 2 complexers or 2 fans. If either one of it is malfunction, the other one can still operate to ensure the system can still operate to ensure the customer comfort. So in this case, you can find that if there is one, this compressor is malfunction, the other one can still operate to offer the cooling or heating. And also for the fans, if one is malfunction, the other one can still operate. And the time limit is 48 hours, which means if the time is achieved 48 hours, the system will lock down. And we just not recommend to reset the power to get another time limit. Also, for the 50 ton or above, there is an emergency operation mode. That means inside the rooftop unit, there are two separated systems, which means they are independent. If one is malfunction and the other one can still operate to ensure the customer comfort. Complete protection. That means during the design range, we already consider the malfunction and including for the uh, refrigerant, which is the high pressure and the low pressure. And also we consider the power consumption, which is the overloading and also the overcurrent. That indicates that something wrong with the system. And when we detect that, we will trigger the error, and this can ensure the system reliability and also the lifespan. And this protection is also right inside the microcomputer chip. Gate card function. That means with the gate card device or something like this one, we can allow the user to operate the rooftop unit. And just like this example, you can find that when you insert the card, we are allowed to operate this rooftop unit. If the card is taken out, not allowed. And here is the connecting. There are two methods. First is you need to apply this MK03, then connect to the in .unit PCB. As for this one, we support either the AC or DC. On the other hand, you can also use this dry contactor to connect to here and also to turn on or turn off the rooftop unit, similar to the new model of the UMatch. As for the wiring, actually it's very easy. And here is for the power supply. Here is for the wire controller. This wire, it is non-polarity, which means we don't require to memorize the colors. Just wire on it is okay. And the standard for the wire controller from here to the rooftop, it is 100 meter. As for the inside filter, it is allowable to remove for wash, or you can use a vacuum to clean it, and just like this. And on the rooftop unit, we offer the service port for you to check the high and low pressure and also to charge the refrigerant and to do the pump down operation. Error code. That means if a malfunction occurs and the system will display the error code, and here will be easier for you to do the maintenance. And there are two locations to display it. One is at the wire controller, the other one is at the PCB. And even for a two compressor system, we will take turns to display the error code to indicate which compressor is malfunction. So, for example, if compressor 1 is high discharge temperature protection, the error code is E4. So on the outdoor unit PCB, which is here, it will display this -1, and on the Y controller, it display E4. Then you will know that It is number 1 complexer has the E4 error. The last part is the controllers. Here is the summary of the controller. We have the Y controller. It is standard, which is this one, SK117. And you can also select the wireless remote controller. It is optional. And also the central controller, CE52. And here I already stated the regular functions for this SK117. It is a standard, and you can also choose this higher standard SE71. What is different is this blue color. It has the multi-timers. On the other hand, you can also select this Wi-Fi controller. Just compare with the this standard one. It has the Wi-Fi function, and later I will introduce how to do the wiring and how it works. And because this Wi-Fi function is not available for all area, before you purchase this Y controller, please contact with your great salesman for detail. This slide just displays the standard SK117 wire controller and also the optional XE70 Wi-Fi controller. The appearance is similar, just the Wi-Fi controller has this Wi-Fi mark at the surface. As for the size and also this structure, it is the same. And this is the 3-layer dam-proof structure to prevent the drop of the water or the water vapor getting inside to lead to the damage. For the rooftop unit, we also support you connect 2 wire controller to control 1 rooftop. And also in this example, you can find that we installed this rooftop in this building. And it also connected with the air ducting for the air return and air supply. And also we connect this 2 wire controller to control this one. So for example, if at the entrance, you can turn it on from here, then it can offer you the cooling. And also if you go to the office, you can also adjust the setting on this Y controller. It is available. Just don't forget to set either one of it as the master. It's okay. And the control logic is last call, which means the last control is available. And on the Y controller, we also support the filter clean reminder, which according to your setting, you need to set the reminder to tell you to clean the filter. And also we support to check the outdoor and also the room temperature on the Y controller. It's very convenient. Sleep mode. This is to ensure you have a good sleeping, and it is a little bit different for the cooling and heating. And the system will operate like this, which is to change your setting temperature to ensure you have a good sleep. Energy saving. And for this one, first is to you can set or DIY the upper or lower limit of your set temperature for cooling and heating. And the other one is the I demand. After you activate this one, we according to the detected current, we will cut or we will maintain the system to output max 75%. And you can find it. This is the common mode, and if there is a I demand, then we will cut from here. The max is here. This is the Wi-Fi controller XE70. Just open the back panels, you will find it inside. Actually, this is the Wi-Fi module. We just use this one to control this Wi-Fi controller, and then if you connect to the rooftop unit, that means we also control the rooftop unit. And here is how it works. Just like this graph, you will find that this is the rooftop unit. When you connect to the Wi-Fi controller, we need to use your home wireless router. Then you can connect with your smartphone. Of course, this one you need to install the GK Plus app. And after that, you can do the communication to the rooftop, which is to control this one. And if you are not at home, as we already registered on the GK Cloud, then according to the internet, you can also control this rooftop. Next is the joint contact gateway. For this one is you can connect this gateway to the rooftop to achieve different functions and also to display different operating states. And here is for the input. This one is for the output. And we support to input to change the cooling or heating mode or to turn on, turn off. And also here is the emergency stop button. And as for the output, you can connect to display what is the operating state and is there any malfunction or what is the operating mode of it. And besides, we can support to output the, for example, the cold plasma output, and also to control the air damper to introduce the fresh air. And for this one, we support the weak current and also the strong current. This slide displays how to do the wiring to the central controller CE52, and which is this one. And here is the connected interface. And this L and N is the power supply for this CE52. And for this UMatch and the rooftop and also the residential air conditioner or the free match, we need to connect to here, which is from the A3B3, this port. And as for this free match or the RAC, we need to apply the SK476 as an adapter to output the standard RS485 signal. Then you can connect to the central controller, this one. And as for the UMatch, for the old model, directly from the Indoor Unit PCB. And also for the UMatch new model, you need to apply this NE50 as an adapter to output the standard RS485. And similar to the rooftop old model, directly from the PCB and rooftop new model, apply ME50 as an adapter. Then you can combine them together, then connect to the central controller. And on the other hand, don't forget to change the address for different units, which is connect here. And this G1, G2 is for the GMV. We support GMV5, GMV6, GMV Mini, and GMV Slim. And this F1, F2 is for the fire alarm signal. Once we see the fire alarm, this central controller will stop all the online units. Next is the remote monitor system, which means you need to use the PC to control the UMatch or the rooftop. Actually, just like what I said, the UMatch is almost the same as the rooftop. They just share the same the PCB to control it. And for this one, it's similar to do the wiring to the central controller, which means for the old model, directly from the PCB. For the new model, you need this ME50 is an adapter to output the standard RS-485 signal. Then you need the RS-485 converter to transmit the signal into the computer. As for this one, we have this. If you choose from our grid, we can offer you this tool. And also according to the output, you can also select the Ethernet or the USB or the RS-232. You can also prepare or purchase from your local market. And as for this one, we recommend to use the crystal plants for better connection.
This slide displays how to do the wiring for the modularized system when you connect to the BNS. And we need this device, this joystick CF612, to combine all the systems together. And so let's focus on the WK series. As we know that we already output the standard RS-485 signal from this controller, and this is system 1 and system 2. Then you need to combine them together. And then as for the GK series, we need this device, this ME50, as an adapter to output the standard RS-485 signal. Then also connect to this CF612. Then after we combine them together, also through a RS-485 converter, then to the BNS system. And here I just recommend that if the length is more than 800 meters, or there are more than 30 modules, which is 30 of this one, we recommend to apply the RS-485 repeater to ensure the communication.